Good morning, YouTube. Got a 2021, I believe. Maybe it's a 22 Subaru Ascent in. Let's see, 2021, fresh off the train. Gonna be tinting the two front doors on it. Don't think I've done a Subaru Ascent video, so kind of wanted to make one. Honestly, taking it apart isn't too much different than the other Subarus, but figured might as well. Been kind of busy and haven't had time to make very many videos. Also, we're gonna see what these Lumar patterns look like, and typically I've been having to hand cut these just because they're a little bit short on the sides. But maybe there's been a core update, and maybe there's been a pattern update that came along with it. So I think what we're gonna do first, cut these patterns. I want to check them out real quick so I know if I'm going to be hand cutting, and then we're going to pull off the door panels. Makes these a lot easier. This isn't an incredibly difficult car to tint with the door panels on, but it's an incredibly easy car to tint with the door panels off. So I'm gonna make me a double set of these. One of the reasons I want to see if these patterns are a little different now is they added a larger vent window pattern, and that larger vent window pattern actually fits really well. And so I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm gonna go with my gut. I was just gonna cut one door window real quick and not do all the rest of this, but if I waste a little tint, I waste a little tint. Got a lot of time today. I don't have anything else coming in until 1. It's like 10 o'clock now. Working on a class project. You see my other videos, I'm in truck driving school, and so we have a couple weeks long truck driving project where we have a route of 3 different pickups and stops across the country, and we have to make a trip routing plan, log our miles, deal with some incidences that come up along the trip, and do it in a team driving type situation. So essentially 2 people trading off driving duties to be able to make the times for the appointments that we're doing. So should be pretty fun. I was kind of getting started on that. We're doing most of it out of an Atlas. If you've never seen a motor carrier's Atlas, this is for like commercial truck drivers, and pretty neat. We got to go Portland to Oklahoma, wherever. Oklahoma's split up here, but Portland to Oklahoma, actually probably right about here. Oklahoma to Chicago, or Illinois, back to New Mexico, and finish up in New Mexico. And they throw a few little curveballs along the way, and we got a plan for it. So pretty fun. Just got the assignment last night and just getting started with it today. Make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Nope. And other than that, haven't really had much time to make a video. I kind of feel bad, and I uploaded a few. I had intended on dragging them out, and then I don't know, I got a wild hair one night, uploaded all of them, and then didn't really have anything super interesting, or I was too busy to really take time and make something. Kind of combination of nothing to do or too much to do. Today's like just right. I just did a a newer Tiguan Lumar CTX 25. It's out there drying right now. Didn't take a video of it since I already had Tiguan video, and a fairly comprehensive one. But like I said, I don't think I've done an Ascent, and so figured we'll do one of these. Got an Explorer later today. Hopefully it's a new one, but it might be an older. For some reason I'm thinking maybe the schedule said 17. That's gonna be a full tint. I might do a sweep removal on them. They're pretty easy to do if you pull the sweeps out, and it's only about one screw and some popping of some door panel clips to get it out. But for now, we're focusing on this Ascent for the dealer here. It's a kind of a pre-delivery tint job. They haven't even gone through the vehicle and PDI'd it or anything. It's still got all the plastic goodies inside, and like I said, just kind of waiting for its new owner. It's already sold. I think every vehicle this dealer's been getting is pre-sold for the most part. They're almost to the point where they're just ordering vehicles to suit, because they can't sit on anything on the lot. It sells almost immediately, so about the only way they're selling cars is to order them for people. And kind of crazy times in the car world right now, and which I don't know, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. No, it slowed down the amount of new cars I have to tint. Just seems like new car sales is slow, but I am doing a lot of people picking up used cars and wanting to kind of fix them up, make them their own, take off crappy tint, put on nice tint, stuff like that. All right, so let's see what's gonna happen here, and then that'll let me know what I'm gonna do next. So before, when I put these tint patterns on, it would end up like right about here. I'm hoping it'll end up right about here this time, but we'll see. It's the downside of computer cutting. Hand cut, your patterns don't fit because you mess up. Computer cut, your patterns don't fit because someone else messed up. And then you got to go cut your own. Look at that. I think they fixed it. Oh, that's a happy day. I was doing quite a few of these Ascents, so it's always nice when there's a good set of patterns and I know I can just go forward with getting this stuff done. So let me get the other one up, and we'll go ahead. This one is sort of a higher trim level, it looks like. I imagine it's going to have laminated door windows. Something else to sort of keep in mind when you're installing it. I'll know in a minute, or maybe it even says it. Carlex usually doesn't. Nah, it doesn't say it, but we'll know when we roll it down. Sometimes you can tell just by well, maybe they're not laminated. Laminated glass has this very dull sort of thud to them. They do it for sound deadening in the vehicle, and so I don't know. Or maybe there's a shortage of laminated glass and they went away with it on the newer ones, but we're gonna find out. Let's see. There's actually kind of a fun fact about glass. If you ever are curious where your glass came from, there's this DOT number there, and you can Google these DOT numbers and it'll tell you what factory the glass came out of. So I know, what's the XYG factory? Is it 463, 563? So like there's DOT 563. The DOT 563 glass is actually one company, but it's manufactured under 3 different brands. You'll have a brand called XYG. You'll have a brand called Trival, and a good portion of PGW's glass will also be XYG. So basically, if you ever look at the windows, they all look exactly the same. Like if you look at all 3 brands side by side, they just change the little logo on them. There's really no benefit to one or the other, which also kind of stinks, because sometimes I'd hope to get a little bit better brand out of one company versus another, and they end up being the exact same brand. PGW will come in a couple different brands. This DOT 467 is Carlex. Carlex probably made in America most of the time, or maybe all the time. I'm not 100% sure if they do like worldwide operations, but typically Carlex is American made. And then let's see what's here. So this is AGC. That's why this one has a different DOT number. I think AGC is also American made. I have been seeing FYG glass on the new Subarus also. FYG would be, oh yeah, here we go, Fuyao. You can't see it through the privacy, but Fuyao. So this has maybe 2 American manufacturers for glass and 1 Chinese manufacturer for glass, except Fuyao did open up a plant in, this is Carlex, a plant in Dayton, Ohio, so you can get Chinese glass made in America. It's in an old GM plant. There's a documentary on Netflix called American Manufacturer. So if you ever wanted to see what it's like to have or American Factory, something like that, American Factory maybe. I think Mike might be right on that one. But yeah, they kind of show the Fuyao from China sort of setting up the factory, getting operations running, getting people hired, all kinds of stuff. Oh look, there's Fuyao on this little vent window. Who would ever think? And this isn't even that bad. This has 3 different brands: Fuyao, Carlex, and AGC. Sometimes I'll get some of these Volkswagens and they'll have 5 different brands of glass on the car. Like those Tiguans, they can have like 5 different brands on it. And I guess they're just, you know, whoever's got the best price or has the parts or can deliver them on time gets the contract. But so removing the door panels on these, I don't know if you saw, there's a little screw cap right here, screw under there, little cover right there, and for the most part that's it. We're gonna give this a little tug. It always makes me laugh when I get these cars before the people do. It's like, you're never gonna know I pulled apart your car before you even touched it. Had my hands all up in it. But so 2 screws, pop this back, and we're in business. Like I said, there's lots of room if you don't want to pull it, but I don't like having to maybe fight with some of the dirt creases on the sides from lifting it up, peeling it. Let's see if it's laminated. Uh-oh. Door lock's on. We're listening to Joe Rogan and Sanjay Gupta on podcast there. Pretty good episode. I kind of know the part of it. That's why I wanted to hear the whole thing. Yep, this one's laminated. And so, not going to want to overheat this glass, run into a chance of cracking it, melting the lamination, things like that. So, will be something. I knew certain levels of the Ascent have it. I think the Limited and what's that? The little like square one or the egg-shaped one? Nice. But yeah, so laminated glass, you're gonna want to take a little precaution there. Like I said, probably not a bad car if you just want to tuck it. It's got a big loose felt down here, sides are loose, but I don't know. I like pulling panels. It doesn't take very long. I mean, let's see. We'll start from here. Cover, screw, and little tug. So, you know, this amount of time for me to pop the panel might be the difference in the amount of time of redoing a window or not redoing a window because something went wrong trying to stuff it. Fighting with fingers. Laminated glass can't heat the outsides, so if you get any fingers popping up, you can't really heat it super hard right here. You can try to heat it on the inside. A lot of these vinyls are real thin nowadays, so heating them on the inside can be dangerous, end up melting the vinyl. So I just pop them, don't have to deal with any of that. But I'm gonna go ahead, get busy tinting, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. All right, got these windows tinted. Time to put the car back together, and we'll get it outside to dry. Just checking out that Tiguan. There's a couple little things I want to dry a little bit more, and I think they'll touch up okay. When you're putting doors back together, you want to make sure you go hunt down any clips that maybe stayed in the door. Looks like got one there, and make sure it goes nice and snug. Come back with the drill and screw them back in. Let's see what this side looks like. Alright, what do we got? We got all are present and accounted for. When I took off the other panel, I had heard that one kind of stay in the door, so I sort of knew that one was there. And this one, everything seemed like it popped off with the panel, so kind of already knew what I was looking for, but doesn't hurt to double check. And I guess, come on, buddy. Stay on there just for like a second. All right. There we go. It's kind of hard to do this with all this stuff in one hand, but it's kind of like taking groceries into the house, right? Refuse to make more than one trip, no matter how difficult it is to carry it all at once. Let's see. And got that one. How come you'll jam up in there when I don't need you to, but when I do, you won't? All right. Oh, I see one little thing on this vent window. It's kind of buckled up with the gasket there. Let's see. Well, let's see. So this one was in Express Window Films Classic Black, 20%. Ends up a decent match. Let's see. Maybe we'll go on the other side, see if you can see that. And then I'm gonna put it outside to dry, snap a picture of it done. Little thumbnail, but a little bit more brown on the front doors than the back doors, but overall, not a terrible match. Front's probably a little darker, but you don't really notice just because the windshield lets in so much light, and tinting the front doors makes the back appear a little darker. Let's see from this angle, not too bad. And so that's 2021 Subaru Ascent, door panel removal and tinting. If you like this video, go ahead, give me a like. If you want to see more videos like this, give me a subscribe. I've been watching my subscribers grow. It makes me super happy. Maybe it means somebody's actually interested in this stuff. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.